If you are looking for the largest trackpad for the 2024 M4 iPad Pro, I have got something for you. This is the Logitech Combo Touch for the 11-inch and 13-inch iPad Pro, priced at $229 and $259 respectively. Let's get into these keyboards. So these are available from Logitech and several other websites. I will put the lowest price that I could find down in the comments below. If you use that link, it does help out the channel, so appreciate that. All right, let's start with the 11-inch Combo Touch. Now this is priced at $229, and this is going to be for the smaller 11-inch iPad Pro. New this year is the fact that they've gotten rid of the Folio Touch. So these are all a brand new design. So first, it's graphite. That's the thing to notice here. It's definitely a different color than the previous version, which did come in two colors, but I think this is only gonna be available in that color. So we have a different color. Now this is all new here. If you look at this, where on the previous version, actually, let's see if we can grab it. So it looks like Logitech has ditched the fabric bottom of these keyboards. This is the previous version for the 12.9-inch iPad. And this is the new version. So this is all metal. This actually feels very nice. I like this a lot. Maybe give it a little bit more stability. I won't necessarily get fingerprints as easily as this one does. Second, the trackpad seems to be about the same size. There's not necessarily a difference in the trackpad. The key shape, the inverted arrow keys. Here across the top, we have the function row of keys. What's different here, so we have, this is the home, screen brightness, key brightness, Siri, screenshot, the media control keys, media mute, and then we also have the volume keys. This is going to put you in this focus mode or do not disturb mode. There is a light here for the caps lock button, and the keys feel just about the same. What is different here is actually this is all metal, a soft touch rubber lined edge around this here, and this is metal where, so this was all fabric, and since it was all fabric, it actually was a lot heavier. Should be a little bit lighter at the very least. So this is the bottom portion, which is going to sit on your lap or on top of the desktop. And let's take a look here at the case. Two-piece case design, just like how it was last year. This is all polyurethane. We've got the cutouts for the speakers, the mic, the pogo pins to connect to the keyboard, the pogo pins that connect to your iPad, the cutout for the Thunderbolt cable. Interesting here that the cutout is actually kind of, it allows for a larger Thunderbolt cable, which I think that's very interesting. Then also here for the Apple Pencil. The buttons are different. They were actually like, they were embossed volume up, volume down buttons. But I think since the case is so thin, they went to this uniform design. So it is nice. Let's take a look here, the viewing angles. Yeah. It does feel thin. Now, if we were to look at so according to my scale, this is 16.65 ounces without the iPad in there. And if we look at the previous version, 20 ounces. So about a 4-ounce reduction in total weight. And if we look at the total size, this is 16.7 millimeters thick. Compared to 12.8 or 12.9 millimeters thick. So it's about 4 millimeters thinner, which is going to be significant. So there's definitely a difference in these two, between the weight and the size. Too bad the trackpad looks just about the same size. Let's measure that. Let's see, 113 versus 113 in comparison to, what's that? It looks about 60 versus 64. So this is just very slightly larger than the other one, about 4 millimeters larger than the other one. Other than that, keys are slightly larger, not much, 14.8 versus 16. So you're getting slightly larger keys. Also, the key pitch is different. Here it's 18 millimeters, and key pitch is the measure of the distance between two different keys. And here it's going to be 19. And then there's still 1 millimeter of key travel. So all in all, if you're buying the 11-inch version or you're upgrading the 11-inch version, know that you're getting a solid keyboard. There's not necessarily a big difference between the two, other than the trackpad is just marginally bigger. You are getting a different material, obviously, and you're getting a reduction in weight and size. So those are all positive things going forward, which makes the Logitech Combo Touch probably one of the easiest recommendations for someone that is looking for a keyboard for their iPad Pro. We'll compare the 12.9-inch version. We have 4 different modes. We have type, sketch, read, and view. In addition to the 4 different modes, we have a built-in kickstand. We have the place for the Apple Pencil holder, which will charge it as well. And we have the detachable keyboard. Let's take a look here at what we have. Oh, wow. Okay. So this is quite large. So here it is for the 12.9-inch version. And this actually feels more rigid than the 11-inch version does. Here we have a rubber edge along the side of it. So I'm lucky enough to have my iPad coming in tomorrow. So make sure that you are subscribed for all of the normal great tests that we're going to do here. Here's the kickstand. Wow, this is actually pretty nice. We have the polyurethane on the back. Now what's interesting is that this doesn't seem to get fingerprints like how the Magic Keyboard did, but I guess time will tell. So looking at it, the first thing which you can obviously notice just from a glance is the size of the trackpad. Here we have the trackpad, which is just about 59 millimeters. And here, this looks significantly bigger. This is going to be 84 millimeters. So there's about 25 millimeter difference in just the height and the size. We had 132 versus 113. So 20 millimeters longer and 25 millimeters taller. That's going to be good. We have the same T-shaped arrow keys. Here are these keys again. Let's see if they're the same height. 15.7 versus 16.9. They're about a millimeter bigger. That should equate to all the way around. They're going to be uniform. We have the same function row of keys. This seems a little bit softer. Both are depressible at the very top and the bottom, so all 4 corners. So it shouldn't be a trackpad that's just a springboard type. You still have the cap locks key. And these keys, actually we have, was it 92.4? Yep, basically the same width. So that does seem to be the same as well. Have the same keys here. Let's take a look here at the thickness. So the thickness of the previous generation Combo Touch. This is 6.0, 6.1, might be a little bit of margin of error. Compared to .6. So there's about 1.5 millimeters of difference there. And the total weight, if I recall correctly, I measured it here. We got 15.8 millimeters thick. I'm sorry, 14.8 compared to .20. So this is about 4 millimeters thinner. Now you can see here, this is already getting fingerprints, but these should wipe off with just some type of cleaning solution. My favorite is going to be Whoosh, but that's going to clean that off. And in terms of the kickstand should be just about the same, if not exactly the same. They're exactly the same. So Combo Touch priced at $259, much cheaper than the Magic Keyboard, and it's an easy recommendation because it gives you all-around protection. It gives you a detachable keyboard, which is very strongly attached. It gives you a way to charge your Apple Pencil. It doesn't give you a way to hold your Apple Pencil, but none of the iPad cases currently do. It gives you a foldable keyboard, or I'm sorry, a retractable hinge. and it's got a good design. It's not necessarily bad looking either. I like it. This might be my keyboard case for my new iPad Pro. But let's check out the total weight. 23.35 ounces and 27.3 ounces. So a 4-ounce reduction in weight between the previous generation and the newest generation. So they definitely increased the size of the wrist rest, or where the touchpad is, in order to give you that increased space. And the keys are much, they go farther back. So it's got this kind of, it's got this recessed design for this hinge that connects to the back of the keyboard. All right, guys, that is going to wrap up our first look at the Logitech Combo Touch for the 11-inch and 13-inch M4 iPad Pro. Now, I want to know from you, are you going to save yourself some money and pick up the Logitech Combo Touch over the iPad Pro Magic Keyboard? You'll save yourself at least $70, maybe even $90 or $100, depending on whether you're buying the 11-inch or the 13-inch version. Let me know down in the comments below. Otherwise, if you want to learn how to use your iPad Pro like a pro, I've got some videos over here which you don't want to miss out, and Google or YouTube has a video suggested for you right down here, and that's actually my favorite video right now. Make sure you watch this video, and I'll catch you guys in the next one.